Thank you so much for speaking with me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
What a great movie. Kiki is fantastic.
Oh, thanks. I love her. Big
So,
fan.
first question I had was whose decision was it for the hair? Because I loved the crisscross part and then the pigtails.
Actually, it is a funny story. I'm not joking. I had a dream where I thought Kiki should have ponytails of some sort or some sort of, actually, it was like ponytails with crimp. And then my hair person, Melina, she was like, "Can I tell you something? Like, I had this really weird dream that Kiki should have some crimping and some ponies." Like, we both had a dream separately. And so we both were like, "Oh, great. This is amazing." And that was our first day of meeting each other. And we were like, "Oh, this is going to go great," because we
You're
both,
kidding.
yeah. And so we just kept it. Originally, it was going to only be one, I think, one look, and then we ended up just keeping it for most looks because we were like, we love this so much. She had the little pom pom hair ties and everything. It was incredible.
It fit perfectly. It fits so well for her personality. And I just loved everything about your character, especially her relationship with Pandora or Pan.
Yeah.
And just like her easygoing feel. Like she had such a welcoming personality that you wanted to be best friends with her.
Oh, I love to hear that. Thank you.
So what drew you to wanting to play her?
Oh, it was easy. It was just you read the lines, you're like, oh, this person is amazing. Like I read it thinking, oh, I want to be friends with this person. And I feel like what a joy to play somebody you want to be friends with. It was so
Mhm.
easy to love her and to create her and she sort of just took on a life of her own. And I think that was the best part of it.
Yeah, I especially loved her dedication to the 12 days of Christmas
Yes.
and all of the animals she had to deal with.
Yes.
So tell
That
us a
was so,
little bit about that.
yeah. And I think just trying to find which ones were going to fit into whatever image that she had of making it the best Christmas it could possibly be, and kind of the sacrifices she had to make when she didn't get the ones that she originally planned for, and how she figured it out. I just loved watching her sort of problem solve through it all.
I also love her use of glitter.
Yes, she be loving the glitter.
The other thing I really enjoyed, which you see little glimpses of, but I love that they included it, was her relationship with the Santa
Yeah.
outside the front of the hotel. When you read that, I think for me at the end, that was the only part that I kind of wish we had gotten a little bit more of.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Agreed.
well, I was gonna say, if we ever got a sequel, you know, what do you think would happen between those two characters?
Gosh, I have no idea, but I would hope they have a story. I think they're fun to watch, and it's just not something you see kind of often is a relationship with a Santa and a,
Yeah.
yeah, it was that was so fun.
But the banner was fun. I think that's what
Yeah,
I really enjoyed was like your back and forth and her just, I am focused on what I need to do. Stop
mhm.
bothering me.
Yeah, I loved that, and I loved being able to be like, because I'm sort of like that in my life. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got work to do.
What would you say was your favorite part about making the movie?
I think just being in Christmas time. Genuinely, I know it sounds so simple, but it really was that, because Christmas to me is the most beautiful time of the year. And the fact that I got to be in that for however long we were shooting was, I genuinely never wanted it to end. I was like, I don't want to go back to real life.
When did you guys film it? Was it one of the ones where it got filmed in the summer where it's, the middle of the heat?
We filmed it in the summer. It actually wasn't too hot given that I was inside most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, they made it feel so Christmassy in there that I didn't even know what season I was in.
Did you get
Yeah.
burned out at all by all the Christmassy stuff? So now that we're finally heading into it, no.
No, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I have, those chocolate Christmas advent calendars. I'm such a Christmas girl, so this was not super far off.
Was there anything filming that you took from it that you're like, I need to include this now in my Christmas traditions or decorations?
I mean, if I had the budget, I would make my house look like that hotel. It was every time I would walk in there, I was shocked. It was just so beautifully done. No,
Yeah.
no.
And I had to imagine it made you feel good every time you went in.
Yeah, and it was such a gift to play a character that was so much fun, because she was always in high spirits, so I got to always be in high spirits, which was really a lot of fun. And I think in my normal life that might burn me out, but there it
Mhm.
was, it was just constant adrenaline forever. It was wonderful.
Well, what I also really enjoyed was your relationship with Madeline.
Yeah.
Kiki and Georgia. I always watching it, I felt like Kiki was kind of the angel on Georgia's shoulder, just reminding her, oh, hey, we're here. This is what you love about the place. So
Hmm.
for you, can you talk about that chemistry that you two had?
Yeah, it was again like this movie in general. It was so easy. She's such a joy, and it was, you know, I would. She's so good. You know what I mean? It just made it really easy, and so I guess a lot of times I would get kind of tripped up because I'd just be looking at her. I'm like, she's so pretty. I have to say my line. Like, I have lines, you know? But it was just like, it's just the atmosphere, the way in which that she conducted herself as Georgia. It was really natural. There wasn't a lot of like, oh, I have to like muster myself up to tell her this thing. It was just sort of like, oh, like this is what she needs right now, and like this is how I can help, like
Mhm.
as the character. And I think that's kind of what you're speaking to. And it was just so easy, really.
Well, for you guys as an entire cast, were you all able to hang out after set, like offset dudes and stuff to kind of create that chemistry? Because no matter who you guys were interacting with in a scene, whether it been, Milton or,
Yeah, Milton.
Mimi's character, yeah, all of them, you just all had a really good flow together. So was that something that you guys were able to craft off stage, or was it something all solely done on?
Totally. I mean, a little bit of both. Again, everybody on that set was so kind. It was just such a great, I think everybody is just so happy to be in Christmassy spirits, so everybody was always in a good mood, and it was just genuinely so easy. And Kaylee and I, who was Pandora, we hung out a lot in between. um and everybody else kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. We're on set all day, so it was just very natural. There's such a natural flow to it. And you spoke about Milton, the nicest person I think I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, like I could get emotional speaking about. He is the nicest man to live.
He seemed like the nicest person, just, based on the performance, but also there was just something about him that it was just like, you deserve everything.
Everything, everything. He is so lovable. He's exactly like that in person. He was so incredibly kind to me when I was on set. He was just a dream, really.
Oh, that's amazing. It sounds like you just had an amazing time making this movie.
I did. I have no notes, nothing. I just loved it. I would do it a million times over. I never wanted it to end. That is how I feel about it.
For you as an actress, though, what do you think is the biggest thing you will take away from making this movie?
I think it reminded me that acting is fun, and that acting is supposed to be like, that is what you work so hard for, is that payoff of, wow, I'm here doing what I love with amazing people, and it's it's just glorious. I loved it so much.
Well, for my final question for you today, what are you hoping fans get from the movie?
I hope that they have as much fun as we did shooting it, and I hope that it is solace for them, like somewhere that people can go to and feel connected and feel included, and just experience the laughter and the beauty that Christmas can give to people. It's such an inclusive holiday, and I love that about Christmas, and I hope that's the feel that the movie gives to people, so they can, feel connected to it.
Well, I definitely think they will. That's exactly how I felt. I enjoyed it sitting there, and it made me want to, start decorating. And I'm a big proponent of let me get through Thanksgiving first.
Yeah, I know. It's so
But I
hard to
think,
stop yourself.
yeah, yeah. But I think you hit the nail on the head with this one, and I think people are really going to enjoy it.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you.